Good morning and welcome to Nigeria Now on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, the program which brings you the big stories across the various national dailies in Nigeria. My name is Sagir Ibrahim, and with me in the studio today is Adesua, my co-anchor, as well as Mr. Adibayo Fajimi, the sub-editor here at TOS Television. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning, Sagir. Good morning, Ibrahim.
Good morning. It's good to be
Good
here.
morning, Adibayo, actually. Sorry, I called his name twice.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Adibayo.
Good morning.
So let's just dive straight into it. We'll start with the Punch newspaper. On the banner headline there, we see compulsory vaccination. NMA Johesu kick as FG threatens sanctions. You can't force people, enlighten them. NMA health workers advise FG. Court stops Edo. People who reject vaccine endangering others, rule will be applied, says NPHCDA boss. So, Mr. Adibayo, let's away from the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors strike now. We are seeing the federal government and health workers still have been at loggerheads now pertaining vaccination. So, in your opinion, do you think the federal government should compel citizens to take vaccine? Because, I mean, the statistics has shown that a lot of Nigerians are being reluctant for one reason or the other to take this vaccine. So, do you think the federal government should do so?
Of course, I think the federal government can do that, but it depends on how even the threat or the compilation can go. I think what the government just needs to do is to engage or embark on a very massive enlightenment, sensitization, sensitizing people. And if you look at this in holistically, you will discover that the role at which major religious, let me say all stakeholders, whether in the religious, traditional, and all of that. So I think what they need to do is to try to navigate, or rather map out how they can, influence stakeholders who can also influence their followers. Because from some religious section, some people are recalcitrant and they are still adamant that no matter what, they are not going to take that thing. And not just because they are fat, but because of what they are getting from some sectors, that if you take this is going to happen. But even if you are not willing to, if you are not taking, but you need to consider the health factor of other people. So if people say they are not taking, they should consider other people. But I don't see forcing or rather coercing people to take this as a best way. But what I'm thinking is federal government should look at how best they can enlighten people so that they can see the reason why they need to take this in, so that everybody can, live a healthy life.
What's your take on what's happening in Edo State? Okay, this headline is saying that they're stopping the Edo State governor from doing what he has been doing, banning people from public places. Like if you have not been vaccinated,
that's
you cannot have access to public places. He literally gave
If
health
not taken the
workers
vaccine.
7 days ultimatum. Like people working in the health ministry, 7 days ultimatum to take the vaccine or be kicked out. What is your take on that one?
So, sorry, before you respond to that, I want to ask, do you think the Edo State governor now has the right to bar people? Because, I mean, it's a fundamental right for people to freely associate and move around.
Yes.
So do you think he can base the justification of his actions on the fact that he's trying to protect his people, because at the end of the day, he's responsible for their safety and for their health, as a matter of fact, as the state governor? So do you think it is right for him to have banned them by saying, look, if you're not taking the vaccine, don't come
You can't be
outside?
seen in public.
Well, I don't think it is right. Do you understand? So it is not right. However, the government is still trying to protect people. Say, if you don't do this, you're going to affect other people. So that's still bounds to what I was saying before that. See, let us try to look at how we can best orientate people, because what people, if you have heard or rather listened to what many people have said or still say, it is not based on fact. A lot of people don't even have a fact on what they're talking about, but because maybe you trust somebody, you respect somebody, and whatever that person throws at you, you just believe suddenly. So they should, rather than fighting people and causing all this basketball, here and there, they should look for best way, engage critical stakeholders, orientate them about this thing. See, it is not about if you take this, you are going to do this, you are going to do that. Let us orientate people and see the reason why this thing is real and why we must take it, rather than banning people and causing problems all over the places.
Okay, so let's go to the Blueprint newspaper. To the top left, top right, I beg your pardon, we see electricity proposed tariff hike insensitive, ill-timed action aid. Now, Mr. Adiba, when I saw the news by then, I said the plan for a proposed tariff hike, I was like hands to on my head, breeze out of my mouth, and it was really shocking because a lot of Nigerians having complained continuously about the continuous rise in the tariff hike. I mean, we saw it rise 2 or 3 times last year, 2020, and there are still plans to even increase it. Now, bearing in mind that a lot of Nigerians have had a static income for years now, which has been dealt heavy blows by the naira to dollar denomination, do you think now is the best time to be reviewing a tariff for increase? Sorry, the hike of electricity at this time?
Honestly, it is not the best time. All this wouldn't have been so. Nigerian wouldn't have been so much concerned about this, even if what we are paying for is what we are getting. So Nigerians honestly are not getting what they are paying for. Someday I just ask myself, is it the responsibility of these people to provide light and darkness? You pay for something and you are not even getting it. So if people are even enjoying what they pay for, it will have been something
encouraging to continue.
People are not even getting. Some people, I've had instances where people say they get light or power in their areas just a week. It's just as if these people have designed when they will be giving them light and when they will be having blackouts. So it is not encouraging. So I think the stakeholders in this sector should look into what they can do, and without constant electricity there cannot be in fact, in this age, there is no how the economy of a nation can grow, because you want to do business, you want to do that, especially this technological age. There is no way we can, have a growth in our economy. So the best way to go is to look at how they can solve this issue, that even when people are paying, they should see enough reason why they should keep on paying, even if it's going to be higher than this.
Okay. All right, so I want to look at the front page of the Business Day newspaper, and then the very, glaring headline that's the banner headline says, Lagos dares FIRC insist on FIRS, I beg your pardon, insist on collecting VAT. And I know this also happened in Rivers State, when the Rivers State governor said, look, VAT is going to be paid directly to the state, and then FIRS came out to literally tell people, especially people of River State, that you have to keep paying VAT to FIRS, or else we're going to sanction you, you're going to see the consequences. And Lagos State is saying VAT has to be paid to Lagos State. So what's your take? Do you think VAT should be paid to the states, or FIRS should keep collecting value-added tax?
Well, it is a factor of centralized power that we have. So everything in Nigeria is centralized. Everything goes to the center. So if it doesn't get to the center, it is still not something. So it is because of the system we operate on a good day. So why would people will be paying tax and it will be going to the federal allocation, and it is from there that everybody comes together, and these things in most cases are not even shared properly. So, and it burns into the sharing of allocation and the system of governance. So if you look at what happened in Rivers State last week, you can see the way FRC quickly appeared to my take is power should be centralized. Whatever every state is generating should be meant to develop the state the way it should be done. Because when this thing comes to the center, as the case may be, it is not being judiciously used, the way it should be done. And that's why I think most of the states are kicking and say, see, this thing belongs to us, and let us, take it and use it the way it's supposed to be used.
Okay. All right, so let's just quickly treat one more. We see on the banner line of the Blueprint newspaper, Masari Okay's containment order bans interstate cattle sale, and that's to tackle banditry. A couple of riders underneath short Jibia, Charanchi, Maidua, other roads, restricts operations of commercial motorcyclists, Keke Napep, Akeredolu signs anti-open grazing law, Mieti Allah begs Enugu Assembly for consultation, Afenifere raises the alarm over influx of foreigners. So we've seen in the last couple of days different state governments take different actions and approaches towards trying to end banditry and, you know, this recurring issues of attacks in pockets of communities in their state. So do you think it's okay, it's a welcome development for the governor of Katsina State to have said, look, all major roads leading into the states, there will be no more cattle transaction, interstate transaction for exchange of cattle and all of that? Do you think it's the best decision?
Yes, I think it's the best decision because if you have been following the way these bandits, you know, are operating, I think it's they operate majorly at the entry points of each state. Because if you look at, you know, what happened in Samvara State, those people that were kidnapped, when they were to be released, they had to go to Kaduna. You know, it is that's how they operate, and I think it's a very way to go. You know, for Masare to say, okay, look, this thing must stop. So if other, you know, states can also replicate this thing, you know, I think it's going to, you know, be of a great help, you know, to contain this menace.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we'll just quickly take in a couple of headlines. This is the Daily Independent, and the banner headline there says, Buhari backs Buni as forces ask him to quit as chairman. Stakeholders want Tinubu to speak out. Another glaring headline there says, telcos lose revenue to slow deployment of 3G, 4G, subscribers denied premium content. And then other headlines on the Business Day newspaper say retirees bet 474 billion naira in payment for life. Telcom's growth slows for 6th straight quarter over NIN. 4 reasons truckers want extortion points removed. There are quite a number of other headlines across, you know, various newspapers this morning. Just get yourself a copy of these dailies to be fully abreast with everything that is happening in the country right now.
And by extension, that's it for Nigeria Now at this time. Nigeria Now comes back same place, same time tomorrow on TUS TV network. Don't forget, you could follow us, like our various pages on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TUS TV network. You could watch a recap of Nigeria Now via our YouTube page at TUS TV network, as well as watch a recap on our website at www.tustvnetwork.com. My name is Sagir Ibrahim.
And my name is Adesuwa. See you. Good morning and thank you for joining the show today.